Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up, YouTubers? I was away for a couple of days. My apologies. I was just getting the hang of this YouTube stuff, and I actually had death in the family. My cousin's wife, and then my old man had a close family friend in his family that passed away. So we had to step away and handle family business. But I want to get on here really kind of unprepared, but I do have the video. I wanted to jump on here, and I might not even talk about the second aspect of it. I might just make another video, but I want to get on here really quick. We're going to dive right on into it about this Jaguar Wright situation. As you guys know, she did the interview initially with Storm Monroe. Got over 1 million views. Storm worked his ass off and chopped the videos up, and they got hundreds of thousands of views on the other ones, but millions, 1 million views on that one initial video. So pretty much what it is right now, of course, Jaguar went to several different platforms and spoke, and I actually just heard one of Storm Monroe's videos last night where he was being shady, but I guess in this YouTube, world, roasting, I guess that's what it is, that a lot of people engage in that. So, if that's part of the job, then that's part of their job. I don't know. This is not my job. But right now, it's alleged that Jaguar Wright is in the hospital. She's allegedly pregnant or having a miscarriage. Again, all this is allegedly. I am WETAWDEDED. We taught it. So please do not. I work in behavioral health in real life with mental health patients. I live in long-term recovery. I'm a veteran. So please know that all this commentary is alleged. But I'm going to show you this video right now of Jaguar Wright going the hell off on Storm Monroe. And then once I show you this full video, the video is about 7 minutes long, so I'm just going to let you see the actual video of Jaguar Wright in the hospital going off. And if you listen to the video, I'm like in the age range of Jaguar Wright, so I know her from her music, actual music. So to see this is kind of disheartening, but I'm going to go ahead and get straight on to this video right here so you guys can see this video. And again, it's 7 minutes long, so just bear with me on the video. I'm gonna play the entire video. I'm not gonna stop and give any commentary. I'll wait to the end on the commentary. Okay, guys? Shout out to where I first saw this video. The first place I saw the video was Official King Payne Show. So shout out to Official King Payne Show, because that's where I first saw it. But he was giving commentary, and I wanted to be able to find the video straight through. Shout out to Ali Shock for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and play you guys the video now. We're going to get into it. And here we go. This is Jaguar Wright, allegedly pregnant and in the hospital. Hold on. I don't think I put the sound on. Did I?
You dead already. Don't you get that? You just waiting to die, bitch. You want to get on here and try to disrespect Tasha K? Let me tell you what hell is like when it comes to it. First, the fire is going to hit, right? And then you're going to start to melt. Now, all depending on how hot the fire is, I might actually pop out. I'm actually seen people get caught on fire. I've seen their eyes pop.
I don't know what's going on. Of course, it's always my crazy internet that does something. But yeah, let me just take it off for now until it starts back. But here it is. It's gonna come back now. Here we go.
Eyes pop out. Like for real. That's what hell is like. That's what hell is like on those posts. So while you sit around here worrying about me killing your hero, and guess what? Since you want to be stupid, you're damn right. I wasn't going to say that, but I am saying it. I am investigating Tasha K, her life, her husband, and everything about her, and everything I find, I'm going to give it to Cardi B.
Boss. I said I was going to play it straight through, but I got to pause on that. As you can see, she's in the hospital setting. She's in the hospital setting. But for her to say that she's been investigating Tasha K. Now, I got a whole separate, some separate content because I wanted to talk about content creators. And when I say discuss content creators, I was just going to say, I listen to a variety of content creators. But as it relates to this right here with Tasha K., I don't condone anyone, taking this beyond the internet. That's just me. But I can't tell nobody how upset to get. So, I live in the real world. I can say this knowing that that's how I want, harmoniously us to live. But in the real world, I say that, I've changed. I'm not my old ways. But you walk up on me and slap me, you're going to catch these hands. So you see that fine line? So I personally don't agree with the fact that Jaguar Wright is, she's not really making a threat. I wouldn't say this is a physical threat, but to me, I just don't like to see black people trying to take black people down, man. Jaguar Wright made a very good point. She made a point, and if anybody could just really grasp this concept, she named, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this paper out, and we're going to finish the video. I might just play the video straight through once I'm done. But this is going to get into the second part that I was going to talk about. But Jaguar Wright made a very valid point. She discussed about how if all the black content creators, the ones who are really prominent, come together, who are on YouTube, they can knock TMZ out the fucking box. They can actually knock them out the box. Now, I'm going to tell you who I named. Now, a lot of them don't get along, and I look at all of them for different reasons. Some of them I've been looking at for like maybe 2 years. Some of them I just started looking at like the past month or two. But to me, this is just me. One who stands out, and the reason why I love her is because she's fucking consistent, and she's a young bull. She works her ass off. Millie from Mob Radio. Millie from fucking Mob Radio. Funny as hell. Lovely T, Storm Bro, Nosy Live, Tasha K, Young Pharaoh, MREC TV with Amina, Choice TV, Armand Wiggins, Wiley, and Tommy Sotomayor. Shit. I ain't saying everybody got to get along, but Jaguar Wright made a valid point when she said that. Those content creators' names that I called out, those are some of my favorite content creators. Do I like everything they say? Absolutely no. Do I like all of them for the same reasons? Absolutely no. But Jaguar Wright had a fucking valid point when she said, if we black content creators, and I ain't saying me because I'm not in that category, but if black content creators got together, they could knock the shade room off. But I don't like how she just, wants to take all that information to Cardi B. I personally don't like that, Jag.
Let me have a miscarriage and see what I do.
See?
Let me be pregnant and have a miscarriage and see what I do.
Did you hear that? So she confirmed out her own mouth that she may be pregnant, and if she may possibly have a miscarriage. Alleged. Well, it's not alleged because you hear her saying that out of her own mouth. Now, for what reasons, do you think she's actually pregnant or maybe pregnant? Do you think it's for sympathy or for clout? Do you think it's a way of her riding this wave? And my thing is this: why wouldn't somebody give her a YouTube channel? And then I heard some people say that she gets a disability check. Well, I heard Tasha K say that and say that she lives on like fixed income. And I know that type of setting because I work, in that field. But at the same, I'm thinking, man, this lady is so talented. But you heard it out the horse's mouth. She said she may be pregnant, and if she is, she's gonna possibly sue. Who? I guess Tasha and Storm. 4.
That's right. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. You want to talk smack on Cardi B? Guess what? Maybe it's time for the interviewer to get interviewed. Maybe it's time for people to start asking you some questions about your red ass like Tasha K. And then you want to have it coming on here. I did her. Why would I be bitter? Oh, let's see. I don't know. Maybe I might be a little upset because starting at 7 a.m. this morning, a bunch of strangers started calling my phone. Tasha K, put your number. Tasha K. That bitch want me to know her so bad. She got people calling me to tell me about her. Meanwhile, she got Storm killing himself, embarrassing the shit out of himself. The only 1 million view video he got is with me. So
okay,
I'm gonna he gonna buy me a car.
Now she didn't lie with that, so I'm not getting into no semantics. I'm just speaking on, I'm just pulling out from what I know. That part she did not lie about. Now, will he get more million views on videos? Absolutely. When I first started looking at Storm, I wasn't as, he had to grow on me. But he's funny as shit. I think he's very articulate. I think he's so intelligent. And I think for me, what I personally had to get past was some of my own personal prejudice, preferences, and biases. The same with Armand Wiggins. Armand Wiggins, to me, do I always like, how he delivers or what he says? No. But to me, Armand Wiggins was a defining moment in my life when I started looking at that brother. It goes deeper than YouTube content. And that's what I really want a lot of the big content creators to realize. I hear some of you guys may read a message when you say somebody was inspired by a story or whatever, but I really want you guys to understand how much of an impact you guys have just by your platforms. Armand Wiggins, for me, I work in the field where I work with prisoners, inmates, mental health patients, people with HIV, homeless population, trans, LBG community, and I have my own personal preferences, prejudices, and biases. I can live in my truth. Does that mean I'm going to disrespect a person? Absolutely not. But once I started looking at Armand Wiggins by way of Mob Radio, because they were getting into it, I know I've gotten off Jaguar, but all this is going to intertwine, trust me. I actually appreciate the fact that he made me see beyond, he made me reflect on my own self and made me recognize some of my own biases. And that, while I may, and to acknowledge them and to understand that it's okay for me to have this feeling that I have. I just don't need to impose, what my belief is on anyone else and be respectful towards someone else. That's what I got from Armand. And when I tell you, it has been a defining moment in my life personally and professionally. So I will always forever be grateful for Armand Wiggins for that. Again, all the content creators I named, do I like what they say? No. Not all the time. But does that mean I'm going to hate them retroactively? And I said all that to say this. I'm the age of Jaguar. The stuff that she talks about, again, there is some validity to a lot of the things that Jaguar Wright says. It might, like my aunt used to say, I might not get the right house, but I'm going to take you to the damn street. I'm going to take you to the street. And I know for a lot of people that might be, well, damn, that's still a long way off. There is some validity to some of the things that Jaguar say. I wasn't there. I ain't saying which ones. I just know that I grew up in an era where she was that, that upcoming girl, that star, that it girl. She was the voice. She was that neo soul artist. So I know her from that aspect, and to see it now, it's just so disheartening. I'm going to continue on. Babe, it's over there. Did you reset the router?
$500, that's what he offered me. He told me he was going to send me $500 because he be getting so much money. And I was like, yo, I don't even want the money. I'm good. I'm not doing this for me. Dude, cake up. Give that stimulus. Jaguar handing out that good stimulus tag. But he ain't even grateful. Now he want to sit up there and make it seem like he trying to do for me. You should tell your neighbors to stop looking in your house, Storm. Because see, I know somebody that knows your neighbors, and she said he was a nice guy.
Listen,
that's what your neighbor said. You might want to do more than just change your phone number, Storm. You might want to move, because I know exactly where the fuck you live.
Okay, I'm gonna.
You remember when I first told you how you was going after everybody, and how a lot of the information that you had, Storm, was putting your life in jeopardy, and that I would have someone watching you for your protection to make sure you weren't harmed? See that.
Pause. Now, that right there is concerning, because it can come when you first hear the first part of it. It can come across as if she's sending, like she's sending shots at Storm, and she's making threats, terrorist threats. In my head, I've been charged with several of them. You know what I'm saying? So I know. Said that to say this. It seemed towards the end she wanted to try to clear it up and say she was trying to protect him. Now my question is, how is she going to protect anyone when she in fact said that herself was on the run from Clive Davis, and that somebody had just broken into her hotel room? So again, when I say that, there's validity to some things that Jaguar Wright says, absolutely, as it pertains to the industry. I'm not saying which ones, but did she kind of switch up on Storm? From my perspective and what I see, I can understand why Storm pulled back. Right now he has tunnel vision on his career. Whether people say he sucking on Tasha K tit or what, whatever. I respect everybody in their own right. Again, I look at each person for each different reasons. I get Millie every day at 10 o'clock, no matter what. I'm getting mob radio. Sometimes I have to stop it short because I might have a client or what have you. But I'm getting that raw content. Some days I want to be laid back, so I go to Lovely T. I like the quote unquote conspiracy theory, discussions that she may have in that voice. It's not too much. When I want the entertainment and the fuckery, I head right on over to Tasha K. I don't even think of Tasha K as news. Me personally, I think of Tasha K as being a visual to the Ledger Inquirer. No, that's my old newspaper. What is it? Y'all know the old gossip, the National Enquirer. The old gossip magazines. That right there. I think of her that, and it's no dig at all. It's just that Tasha K is entertaining in a whole nother way to me. She just is. She is. Then there's Young Pharaoh. So everybody has their own way of entertaining. And for me, when she says she's trying to save Storm Monroe and keep Storm Monroe safe, I really don't understand that concept. She kind of have dragged most of these people on this list in her mess. Storm, Nosy, Tasha, who else kind of, Armand, Wiley's been covering. Oh, let me say this. I know I'm jumping all over the place, but I fucking absolutely love Wiley. I didn't mean to saying his name. The reason why, because Wiley is one of those content creators who, I love the fact that there's minimal, potty words on his platform. I think Wiley asked of all the content creators name that I named, and Millie is a beast, but Wiley is the best interviewer, because to me, Wiley asks the best freaking questions. I don't care who's been on his platform, and he's so objective. So objective.
That's what I did for you when I was your friend. What happens if I'm your enemy? Oh. Now all of the information that my investigator has tracked down.
She got to investigate on Storm too?
Wow, Storm. Why would you do that? Why would you remove your hedge of protection? Because all that stuff you're saying about the Kardashians, I told you how close to the truth you was. Live, and I know.
Now, I know Jaguar does not like this word, and I don't like the word, so I like to use the term behavior health. I'm a high energy type person like Jaguar. Again, we're like in the same age bracket. a lot of her life experiences are they mirror mine. So from a trauma perspective, I understand a lot of Jaguar's behaviors and her emotional display. Whether you receive it or not, I understand it. What I will say is, just based on my own personal lived experience, for me to get to a place of balance and calm, I personally had to seek professional help. I went through the VA, and I started getting, behavioral health services. A lot of people like to say mental health. I don't like to say that because it's one-dimensional, behavioral health services. So to me, at this point, from a professional standpoint, because I work in the field, and then from a lived experience standpoint, I absolutely think that Jaguar Wright needs, and I wouldn't even say the point of how a lot of people say, well, therapy. Yes, absolutely that. But I feel like it should be a collaborative effort. I think that Jaguar Wright is too seasoned, because she's good. She needs a peer with a peer with lived experience to be able to help her to get to a place of balance. This woman has endured a lot, guys. So no matter how much we laugh and joke and kiki, you have to acknowledge the trauma that Jaguar Wright has endured. And for that reason, I do have a level of empathy for her, and I have a level of understanding on the display of her behaviors and why they might seem erratic or off to a lot of people.
What kind of car you drive? I could just send a message over to Kanye through his cousin, who's a friend of mine, and just give them your address.
You know Kanye? Oh, she in the ambulance.
Did you talk about the Kardashian family? You don't think one of them would like to pull up on you? I know where you live, Storm. How stupid are you?
Ambulance. And she talking
like that. I was joking when I said I was going to have somebody shed on you to make sure you was going to be okay. I wasn't joking, Storm. What you did was heartbreaking. I haven't even watched it. The whole world called me up to tell me about it. It was heartbreaking. That's why I'm not going to watch it. The only thing you could do is sign this here. Okay. Because the only thing it could do.
Why is she in the back of the ambulance? Because that's where she is. I thought it was actually in the hospital, but you can see the ambulance going up and down, movements. Again, that's why I say there's some unhealed, and I'm not a clinician, so I can't diagnose anyone. But I will say there's validity into a lot of stuff that what Jaguar Wright says. But I think that there's some unhealed trauma. I can't say what it is. I definitely think that a portion of it, some people might say bitterness or whatever. I wouldn't say bitterness. I just think closure is the word for me for her run or her stint in the music industry. So I think that has a lot to do with it. I think that this little spark of reigniting her into the public light has made that desire and that taste for fame and success, what she had, long ago. I think it reignited that desire and that flame in her. But I also think that she doesn't have any strategy nor direction to be able to kind of ride this wave and let it, take her to the next level. I will say this, I definitely think that she fumbled the bag with Storm. I have to agree with that. Right before I started this live, Storm and Wiley were on a live, and I definitely must say that. And I'll say this, Talib Kweli, the one that Jaguar Wright was talking about, that made some allegations about him, he's come out and wants Storm to apologize. I will say Storm handled that shit like a real man. Beyond his platform, me seeing him on Wiley and being interviewed elsewhere, I'm more fonder of Storm now. I really, really am. And it doesn't make me like anyone else any less. Let me just say it like that.
Is upset me. And when I get upset, sometimes I say things I don't mean. But now that I'm sitting here wondering whether or not I might be having a miscarriage, let me tell you this, Storm Monroe. You wasn't shit before me, and you won't be shit without me.
What?
Period. The boss that I work for told you to leave the devil. I will. Why don't join me on live?
Okay, now she just said that Storm wasn't shite before her or with her, and she gonna be shaped without her. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, because I recall Jaguar Wright saying that Armand made Storm. So I don't know. I don't agree with that now. I think that each individual, has their own edge. I just do. I think we all can go coexist. I just really, really do. We ain't got to like everybody all the time. We don't have to. That's what makes everything so great, because all of us are not cookie cutter. I mean, just really, just damn. Just trying to get people on the live for her.
Yeah, I'm on live now. But I don't know why you do that, Storm. Why are the EMT workers nervous? Are y'all nervous? Am I making y'all nervous? Yeah, they're fine. Who's nervous?
She's talking about
it's just so
somebody in the comments said you're going through
this crap. So I'm gonna let y'all know how it goes when things get real. Yes, I do know where you live, Storm. Yes, I have had someone watching me for protection. But now that you ain't my friend no more and you want to run around making fun of me, guess what? I'll remove that protection. And when Chris Jenner and them come for you,
See, that right there is kind of, I don't like that. I don't like that. See, that's what's wrong with a lot of people now. They hate retroactively. And what I mean when I say they hate retroactively, it's okay. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. And I want to use a real life, and I hope they don't get. Well, I ain't gonna use the names. I won't use the names. But two of the content creators that I named on this list, off this list earlier, one of them, they were on a blog together, and one of them said something, and the other one said, I don't know, no. Much as I love her, she was wrong on that one. She was wrong. And she went the fuck in, but she was wrong. She was wrong. But that didn't make me, and she was so wrong to the point to where I was cool on her for like a day or two. You understand what I'm saying? But that didn't make me hate her retroactively and make me hate every piece of content that she's ever done and never want to deal with her anymore. And to me, it's kind of like that's what Jaguar Wright, that this situation, pan out to be. Whatever transpired, because to me, I thought I didn't hear verbatim her come out. I heard her say it, but it didn't say verbatim. I can't say verbatim what it was, but it was something to the effect of like Tasha and Storm conspired to take Armand down. Now, if I'm incorrect, somebody please correct me. I did hear that. I know I did. It might not have been verbatim, but I know I can comprehend pretty well. So, having said that, for her to now switch up and say she's gonna take the percent, to me, that's how people operate this day and age. You ain't gotta really fuck with a person no more. But I'll say this about Millie. Millie's good about this from Mod Radio. She had a spat with Kyle. They had several spats. But that don't keep her from being able, if somebody send her to give him fucking credit, it's business. So don't hate retroactively. If we can start hating retroactively, I keep saying we, but I mean, black people, especially you big time YouTubers, then you guys can take over, TMZ, most definitely. Most definitely. I'm going to play the rest of this video out. I'm not going to say anything else because I'm hungry as hell and I want to fish it out. But I just want you guys to see this video. This is Jaguar Wright. You did hear her say that she might be allegedly pregnant and possibly having a miscarriage. And that if she is, she's going to sue Storm and Tasha.
because they're gonna come for you. Because some of the information that you had, that's 98% accurate, and there's no way you should know as much about, you know what I mean, the Kardashian Jenner clan as you do. You shouldn't be that close to the truth. Not for somebody who was a nobody a year ago on YouTube to having all of that information. So I don't know who's feeding you information about the Kardashians, but I just want to let you know. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I just want to let you know. I'm removing that protection. You're done for me. You're on your own, kid. Like you like to talk about all these satanic rituals. You know how easy it is for a nigga to get picked up off the street? Like the people that they hire, they'll make sure you end up in an Uber that never makes it to your house.
See, to me,
Like you playing with fire, son. Me and Tia were there to support you and protect you. We were there to support you and protect you. And we both told you that God came to us and told us, Storm Monroe, honey, he was somebody and he was about to be nobody.
we're gonna help you take a
step off. Thank you. That was his choice. So, which bed? This one? Okay. Yeah.
She ranting on live, but she might be possibly having.
I've been dealing with pain for so long. People don't even believe when I'm hurting because I don't show it. You know, but when you've been through as much stuff as I've been through and you survived it, you know, everything just.
I'm gonna say this. I too go and share my story. So I will say this. Jaguar Wright is a phenomenal fucking presenter. She can do a presentation well because she will take you on the highs, the lows. She knows how to pull on your emotional heartstring. She knows how to give you the theatrics, the drama, and all of the above. But what I will say is through all of that there, through all of those theatrics, through all that, there's a pain. There's a she's lacking somewhere. She's lacking. And for her to possibly to be on here saying that she's pregnant, and for me, let me just be clear. I don't know. I ain't got no Johnson to stick up in her to get her pregnant. I ain't there. I don't know. It's just me, my own personal opinion. I personally don't think that she's pregnant. I personally don't. I personally think that this is just a way for Jaguar to try to redirect the focus and have to control the narrative. Now, I'm going to be clear on this. This is in no way, in any way, disregarding Jaguar's trauma as it relates to her interview with Tasha K and her, sexual traumas. No, none of that. Let me be clear. I'm just talking about the antics now. I'm talking about being in the ambulance and talking about everything else, and I can't tell anyone to grieve. But Jaguar is just well versed with being able to pull on your emotional heartstrings, and at this point, I personally think that this just may be a way to be able to control the narrative or switch it back in her playing field, in her court.
This becomes it just becomes a part of you. It just becomes a part of your life. I hate coming to the hospital. I definitely didn't want to come to.
Jaguar Wright romanticizes her trauma. I can't tell anyone how to deal with their trauma. There's no right or wrong way to deal with it. But to me, from my perspective, I feel like because it keeps going back it's kind of like, it's almost like she's a reverse playing the victim. But to me, I kind of get that she romanticizes in some of her trauma. And for me, I always encourage my clients to try to, you have to face whatever that emotion is. No matter how difficult it is, you're going to have to face it in order to be able to move on past it. If not, it's going to always continue to resurface. Your behaviors might change. You might start smoking crack, but you might start drinking straight liquor. You might start drinking straight liquor, but you might start, popping pills. So until you actually deal with it head on, it's just gonna disguise itself in another form.
A hospital during COVID, but I can't ignore this. Whatever I can do for myself, I can't fix this because it's not going away. So I'm just say a prayer for me and my husband, and let's pray that let's pray that it's a tumor or something, and not a baby that I might be losing.
Okay, so what y'all think? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that Jaguar Wright is actually pregnant? Again, I don't. Again, I grew up in the era of the Jaguar actual.
You want to know why running on the treadmill 7 days a week doesn't work for you when you're trying to lose weight?
But I definitely think that I don't think that Jaguar is pregnant. It's no dig or anything like that. I just don't think that she's pregnant. I think that, again, it's just a way for her to redirect the narrative. I think that Storm Monroe is handling this situation well. Again, I started looking at Storm Monroe maybe 3 or 4 months ago, but I've really gotten with Jaguar Wright interview that kind of propelled him. But do you guys think that Jaguar Wright is telling the truth? Do you think she's pregnant? You guys heard her say that she had a private investigator watching Tasha K and Storm Monroe. Do you believe that? She said she's going to turn all the evidence she got for Tasha K over to Cardi B. That part right there is kind of like, again, why you going to hate retroactively? That's what's wrong with our people. You get mad at one thing that a person do and you hate everything about them. You hate their dog, their cat, their house, they had. And for me, I personally just thank you for the cash app. Okay, I'm just not seeing it. Thanks for the cash app. But what do you guys think? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I know it was all over the place. I might come back a little later and do the commentary on the other YouTubers. But what started this? What do you guys think started this? Was it the interview with Tasha K after the fact that made Jaguar Wright get that, get the support from, people, mostly Black women? What do you guys think? Do you think that now was Jaguar wrong to say that Tasha and Storms conspired to bring Armand down? Do you guys think that? I mean, I like all the content creators. Storm did throw a little shade at Nosy in his live. I didn't like that. I'll say I don't like when the guys call the women out their names. I also don't like when the women call the men, out of their names as far as, making them feminizing them. It's just my personal opinion. That's just me. I'm always going to respect everybody. I'm going to give them their due respect. But just leave me a comment. I know I was all over the place. I just wanted to kind of get that out there. You can go and look at this full video. Again, a shout out to Official King Payne Show for letting me see the first content where the video broke about Jaguar Wright. Again, she says she might be pregnant, might be having a miscarriage, or it might. Then at the end, she said it might be a tumor. So you guys just keep me posted on it. Let me know what your thoughts are. And I'll holler at you guys later. I am out. Gotta go eat.